Hi, my name's Graham and welcome to this English exam explainer from Oxford Revise, in which we're going to be talking about AQA GCSE English Language, Paper 1, Question 2. Here's some tips and reminders. First of all, let's start by looking at the question itself. So let's start by looking at a sample of Question 2. So on the screen, you have a task which says, look in detail at lines 10 to 17 of the source. That's how it begins. So you are directed to a certain part of the source text to work with. And you need to make sure that whatever you write about comes from those lines and nowhere else. You have a question focus here. In this case, it asks us, how does the writer use language to describe Woolacombe Sands? There's always a focus to these questions. It's never just write about the language in the source text. In this case, something very specific, how language is used to describe a place. So always keep your focus on that. Make sure everything you write is dedicated to that particular focus. The other thing to draw your attention to, of course, is the way the bullet points are presented to you. You could include, followed by a list. And it means what it says here. These are options that you might choose from. Most students are going to write about words that they find in the text, which do, in this case, describe the place. Most students will probably pick up on a language feature or two, maybe personification, metaphor, simile. I think it's worth bearing in mind that it's difficult to write anything in detail about sentence forms. Most students find this tricky. It can be done, but my advice to you would be to keep your focus probably on techniques and individual words. Now, where do your marks come from? Well, your marks come from how well, how thoroughly, how perceptively, how clearly you develop your points about the features or words you identify. So you will know that you are going to identify, probably by quotation, maybe reference, a piece of language, and the comment that follows is the bit that's going to get you your marks. So give your energy to the comment that you're making. Develop your points, say a bit more, push your points just a little bit further. That is the primary thing that your examiner is going to check for. The detail, the clarity, the perceptiveness of the comment you make about the piece of language you identify. So let's finish by thinking about a useful strategy for approaching question 2 on paper 1. So on the screen, here are 3 steps that you can do when you tackle this question. First of all, identify the focus of the question. Underline it on your question paper. Secondly, select 3 language features that are relevant to that question. It might be figurative language, simile, metaphor, and so on. It might be specific words such as verbs, adverbs, adjectives, but identify them. And step 3, most important of all, comment in detail on those features. State the language feature that you're writing about, use a quotation to pin it down, and then give your energy to comment in detail on the effect of those choices. Okay, hopefully that guidance will help you on your way. Best of luck from Oxford Revise.